powerful stuff. You guys, it's like a gray and gloomy Sunday here in Venice Beach, but luckily for all of us, the light, the fire, the spark lives on inside of us and is amplified when we cultivate our powerful stuff together. So let's just get right to it. I'm doing another experiential episode this week because last week's was just so fun. And shout out to Diana, if you're listening, to sending me that beautiful email after letting me know how powerful stuff impacted your week. That deeply touched me and made me smile and was such a highlight of my week. So thank you. And so this week's powerful stuff is about feeling our feelings. You know, I believe that feelings, that emotions are our superpower. They are a gateway into our intuition when we let them be, when we're not paralyzed by them, or when we don't try to suppress them. But when we allow ourselves to feel it fully, which can, of course, be uncomfortable sometimes, they often give us clues to where to look or go next. And for me, I've been allowing myself to feel my feelings this week, not just because I was on my period, but I feel like there was a lot of emotional waves to be riding. And rather than, sometimes we can be like, oh, why am I feeling sad? Or why am I feeling this way? Replacing that with curiosity, replacing that judgment around our emotions with curiosity. So we're going to break it down today. I'm going to do it with you guys. We're going to pick a certain feeling that we're feeling. We're going to feel it. And then we'll be feeling ourselves after. How does that sound? That sounds great to me. I hope it sounds great to you guys too. So just to start off, we're going to just start off with a little Kapalabhati, which is breath of fire. So it's all forceful exhales focused on our navel. Like you're basically pressing your navel in, exhaling out, and they call it shiny skull breath. So I want us to kind of like think of whatever emotion that you want to work through today. Maybe it's an uncomfortable emotion, or maybe it's like a really profound sense of joy or gratitude that you want to expand even more into today. Whatever it might be, just calling that emotion to surface, allowing it to come up. For me, the emotion that I've kind of been working through this week is this feeling of, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of like knowing that I have things to look forward to, but still kind of feeling a little down about other things. So that's just what I'm sitting with. I'm sitting with it in acceptance. So whatever emotion that is true for you, go ahead and bring it to surface. And we're going to use this breath work. We're going to send the emotion an invitation. You are cordially invited to my powerful stuff, feeling, experience, emotion. Do you accept? We're going to send it an invitation, and then we're just going to use the next minute of breath work to call it to surface. We're going to sit with it. We're kind of doing things in a little bit of reverse today. We're going to start with a little breath work, little medi, and then kind of go into some stuff from there. But it's really to call the emotion to the surface and see what it needs from us. Okay. So actually, one more thing before I do that. I know it's like highly anticipation, like Meredith just cut to the Kapalabhati already. But yeah, the other thing I was going to say is, the last thing I'll say, is that our emotions can be gateway to our intuition. And I wanted to explain that a little bit more. So when we feel anger, but we don't let ourselves fully express it, and we swallow it, and maybe we just try to sweep it under the rug, that can manifest as resentment, which then can lead to tension, and it can also lead to a weakening of our voice because we're not speaking up for ourselves. If we're sweeping away sadness and trying to just push through it, that can lead to like an overall sense of depression, right? But conversely, if we're looking at our emotions and we're sitting with them and we're curious, if we allow ourselves to feel something like anger, we can actually, it can actually show us where we have an unexpressed boundary. For example, why am I feeling angry that this person did this? What can I communicate to myself and then to this person, or to stick up for myself to feel more empowered? If we're feeling sadness or grief, it can be like, what am I being invited to look at, to sit with, and then to release? What can I release and let go of, and maybe ceremonialize it a little bit so I feel spacious and ready for what's to come next? So just wanted to give you guys a little example so you kind of get what we're going for today. So just placing my magic wand out, and I'm giving you full permission. Imagine being tapped on the head, full permission to feel your feelings. You're so safe to feel your feelings. Whatever feelings you're feeling today are coming up for you. They're coming up to give you the next clues on where to go next in your ever ascending journey. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close our eyes, shake everything out, stick your tongue out, just let out the week. Okay, and then we're going to start with our Kapalabhati. So remember, it's the forceful exhale all through our nose. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, inviting your emotion to come to the surface, and let's begin. Pulling your navel toward your spine, lifting your chest for another 20. Four, three, two, one. Hold at the top. Holding, and as you're holding, allowing yourself to feel that emotion 100%, letting it bubble up inside of you. And as you're holding your breath, letting your emotion know that in this next round, it is safe to pass through you fully, pulling out any last remnants of it so we can fully release it. Exhale everything out. And this next round, we're going to bring our hands into fists up in the air. Wave your hands in your air like you just don't care. Okay, hands up into fists in the air, and then we're actually going to bring our elbows toward our ribs to cultivate more heat as we're doing it. It's going to sync with our breath. I wish you guys could see me right now, but hands and fists, and every time you breathe out, you're going to bring your elbows toward your ribs to just lightly tap your ribs to kind of give yourself that full body awakening with your hands and fists to really give it our all as we're releasing this emotion. Okay, ready? And begin. 20 more. 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold everything at the top. Bring your arms up. Make fists. Squeeze your face in like you've just had wasabi. Letting this emotion come up. And on your exhale, we're going to stick our tongue out, lion's breath. Exhale everything out. And then closing your eyes, returning to your normal breath. And just feeling this emotion fully. That you've fully allowed it to come up and release it. Breathing into the spaciousness. Now that the emotion is up and out of you, imagine in your mind's eye that you're looking at it, or looking at that version of you who's feeling it deeply. And with complete curiosity, just asking this emotion, why has it come up? What is it here to show you? Nodding and understanding. And then asking your emotion, what does it need from you to be felt fully so it can move through you? Letting your emotion know that you can do that. And then asking your emotion as you allow it to move through you, what awaits you on the other side? Asking your emotion, what awaits you on the other side of moving through it with full permission? And as it's telling you, seeing that emotion transform into that personified version of you on the other side, Maybe if it's moving through anger, you see this more empowered version of you on the other side, even more sure of who you are. Maybe if it's moving through grief, it's seeing that version of you who's more spacious, lighter. Both hearing from the emotion and seeing that version of you on the other side of it. And then thanking the emotion for coming up, giving it a hug and feeling it melt into pure gold, coming in through your heart, giving it so much gratitude. And as it pours into your heart and you give it gratitude, giving gratitude to anyone else involved in the periphery of the emotion. And sending them gratitude for this lesson, for this gift, for this elixir of transformation. Sending it down your heart, down your hips, out your toes, up the crown of your head. And out. Taking a deep breath in. And open mouth exhale. Slowly opening your eyes, coming back into this space. So now we're just going to go into a quick subconscious journaling moment. So you can, once I tell you these questions one by one, you can pause the recording, you can write it out, or you can say it out loud. But the first one is, what is the emotion coming up to show you? Why is it here? What is it showing you? For me, my sadness this week, I think, was showing me that I need to make a change. It's time to make a shift. I'm letting go of something in my life. Something is being rearranged that I've poured a lot of time into, and it's going to change into something even better. I have no doubt. And I need to allow myself to grieve what it was and to honor that and to trust that the sooner I can allow myself to grieve and let it go, let that version of it go, the sooner I can make space for what is and what will become. So just writing that out. What is this emotion coming up to show you? Wow, powerful insight. And then second question, what do you need from this emotion to feel it fully, to release it? What do you need to do to move through it? For example, for me, for the sadness, I'm going to have like a closing ceremonies where I, write out first any anger that I have about the situation changing. Maybe I'll write out like a little angry, fuck you letter about the situation, and then I'll burn it. And then I'll write a letter of gratitude for what was and how it is creating space for what is to come. And I will kind of, from that gratitude, sit in that spaciousness and that possibility. So that's just an example for what I'm personally doing. I wanted to give you some creative inspo, but what are you doing to honor that emotion? Maybe if it's anger, maybe it's going for a car scream, listening to some old Dashboard Confessional or Blink 182. Maybe it's going to the boxing gym. And then the third question is, what becomes possible on the other side of processing that emotion? How do you see yourself on the other side of that emotion? For me, I see myself as lit up. I see myself as more free, more spacious, more creatively empowered and excited. What do you see for yourself? Why is this emotion coming up to help you expand? What is a great possibility that could happen on the other side of processing it, even better than what you could imagine right now? Wow, I really feel that for you. I'm excited for you, and I'm proud of you for diving in and for doing this work. It's not always easy. And then I want to give you two more little activities that we can do to process our emotions together now that we're in it, now that we've done the Kapalabhati, we've done the meditation, we've done the questions. So 2 other things that I love doing. One, which the loyal listeners have heard me talk about before, is acceptance and choice, because when we accept things, we diffuse resistance around them. And it doesn't mean we're allowing them and saying, yes, I want more of these shitty situations, but it's just saying, this is what it is. This is reality. And the sooner I can accept it and stop resisting it, the sooner I can make an empowered choice about what my highest self will do next. So when I'm feeling an emotion or resistance in a situation, I just go on, last week I used the word gratitude rampage. I go on an acceptance rampage. What do I accept about the situation? I accept this is how it is. I accept that it's kind of shitty. I accept that it's made me feel unseen in some ways. I accept that I don't feel acknowledged. I accept that things are going to have to change. I accept that I put a lot of work into this specific thing. So whatever that is for you, write out everything you accept, just all the things that are causing you resistance, bring acceptance to them with that magic wand. We diffuse it. We make empowered space for what's to come. And then look at that acceptance list. And with each thing that you accept, what is your new choice in this moment, in this present moment, in accepting that? What is your new choice that you're making? If I accept that this situation feels shitty and I feel unseen, I choose to make myself feel seen, and I choose to vision on what I'm going to do with it next. Or if I accept that, let's say this person didn't invite me to this thing, I choose to maybe be proactive in my plan and invite them to something, or I choose to reinvest in situations that light me up. What does that choice look like for you? I'm just giving you guys ideas and some hypotheticals. Okay, now acceptance and choice. We're feeling empowered, and let's just tie it all in with a powerful yes and. So I've talked about yes and on so many Powerful Stuff podcasts. It's not even funny, but yes and, we talk about it in improv. It's allowing, it's slightly different in improv, but it's the idea in improv is that you never shoot your scene partner's idea down. Whenever they say something, you co-create the reality together and you build on what they said. And you say that if they're in the made up improv scene, Uncle Tom is coming today, you would build on that and say, yes, and he is bringing some fresh vegetables from the farm. It's you're building on it. But in the self-development sense, I like to say yes and is allowing 2 things to be true at the same time, right? When we operate in either or in black or white, it's out of a form of self-protection because we're trying to control the outcome. What? Crazy. And so we're trying to control the outcome. So we operate in either or, which closes us off from possibilities, right? And we can't blame our inner self for operating in an either or black or white situation because our inner self is just trying to protect us. God bless them. And so it's telling our inner self, I love you. I know you're trying to do this because you think it's what's best for me. And 2 things can be true at the same time. I know it's a little scary because it feels unfamiliar, and gray areas can be a little unfamiliar because we don't know what's going to happen next. But I got you. You got me. We're safe. Let's do this. Let's create some yes and. So with the situation tied to the feeling, maybe first just acknowledge what the either ors were. Either this person called me back or I cut them out of my life forever. Or maybe it's either I'm really sad about in regard to the emotions, right? Either I'm really sad about this thing or I'm completely moved on. So just take some time to acknowledge the either ors, right? Either all this or nothing. And that was kind of I noticed myself having a few sneaky either ors this week, but that's okay. The self-development journey is never over. It's just a reminder that I needed some love, needed to do this exercise, which, hey, I'm doing with you guys right now. So yeah, just acknowledging the either ors when we're falling into that binary thinking. Either I get this job or my life is ruined. Either I'm either they know what they've done or I'm really angry, whatever it might be. In my case, I think I was either I'm really sad about everything or like, or everything's going really well, right? Not allowing maybe in some of those moments to return to gratitude of all the good things that were happening too. Okay, so now that we see the either ors, just like the acceptance and choice, we're going to go and we're going to sprinkle it with some magic yes and dust. So go through each of your either ors and we're going to put some yes and to it. So yes, I can be sad about this thing changing, and I can also know that it's for the best. Yes, I can be sad this week, and I can still feel grateful for some of the amazing things that happened this week. Yes, I can feel sad about this one friend doing this thing, and I can still acknowledge the amazing friendship that we've had in the past. Yes, I can feel anger about this thing, and I can trust that it's going to work out. So just take some time to write these yes ands, pause the recording if you need to, or maybe speak them out loud. And we're just going to end with a little, obviously pause this if you're not done, but if you are, let's keep going. Now we're just going to end with a few yes and breathing moments. So we're going to look at your list and you're going to say yes, take a deep breath in and hold at the top, exhale the other thing out. That's also true. So we're creating space, and the space in between our inhale and exhale. Yes, this one thing. Holding at the top, feeling that extra spaciousness, and this other thing. Yes. Hold and release. Yes. Hold and release. Letting both things be true at the same time. Yes, breathing in and breathing out. You guys, this is such a powerful tool. Sometimes I do it when I notice I'm in either or mode. I'll be like, yes, I can be sad, and this can still be happening for me. Yes, it can suck in this moment, and it's all working out just as it's meant to. Okay. Wow. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. No, I'm just kidding. Taylor Swift's top of the mind because the Tortured Poets Department just came out today. If you have any thoughts about that separately, feel free to email me. I always love to hear. But yeah, with the emotions, I hope that you guys are feeling clear and feeling empowered to feel your emotions, because they truly are a gateway to our intuition. And I believe on the feminine energetic side of things, our intuition is our superpower. And rather than shooing away emotions, if we can really sit with ourselves in presence, feel it to heal it, as Edith Eger says, it actually gives us clues on where to go next. It's our emotional compass. So whatever emotion that you experience, just to recap, first allow yourself to feel it. If it's grief, allow yourself to have a snot cry or cry in the bathtub. If it's anger, go for an angry run or punching bag or something like that. Let it out. Let this side of you know that it's safe for itself to be seen. And then on the other side of that, why is this emotion coming up for me? What is it inviting me to do? What becomes possible on the other side of processing this emotion? And just remembering that the emotion is not like your identity. It's something passing through you, inviting you to heal, to look at, to love a certain part of yourself. And that is where the emotional alchemy comes in, guys. Shout out to my song Alchemy. Taylor Swift, last thing I'll say about her, released a song called The Alchemy this week, which is the one song on the album, or maybe there's two. There's another one called High School, but the main song on the album about Travis Kelce. And I released my Alchemy song 2 months ago. How crazy is that? But all of that's to say, alchemy, turning things into gold, right? Using the heat, the elixir of transformation for our highest good. So let me know what comes up for you. This is really powerful. This is something I love working on with myself, with my coaching clients. It's what we do in the upgrade. So if you are listening and you're like, you know what, I want to go a little deeper with Mare, you can send me a message and we can have a little a discovery call to talk about it and see how we can continue to help you supercharge and turn your emotions into your superpower. All of that's to say, guys, this is great. I love ending my Sunday with you and starting the Monday with you. It feels healing for me. I hope it feels healing for you. And please do reach out if you have a certain topic you want me to cover, to explain more, a certain story you want to hear more about. I'm putting these out as a co-creation for both of us, and I love hearing from you. Here is to turning your emotions into your superpower, and we'll take 3 breaths together at the end and mixing things up here at Powerful Stuff. Taking a deep breath in, breathing in the emotion that we talked about, that we worked through today, exhaling it out, giving it gratitude for showing up. Second breath in, breathing in the spaciousness on the other side, allowing yourself to sit in this deep presence and this deep wisdom from clearing out the emotion. Exhale, releasing that. And then third breath in, breathing in the possibility of what's to come now that you are in this spaciousness. Exhaling out the deep knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly for you. Have a powerful week, everyone, and I will see you next time for more powerful stuff. Hey, you. Thank you for coming on this powerful journey with me. I hope it was as powerful for you as it was for me. And if it was, it would mean the world to me if you rate, review, and subscribe to Powerful Stuff so I can keep bringing you the goods. We can keep going on this transformative journey together. And if there's powerful stuff that you want to share with me, with the Powerful Stuff community, tag us on Instagram at That's Powerful Stuff or the Meredith Baker. And I look forward to seeing you next week for more powerful stuff.